Y'all saw what I just did, man. That is what just happened to Oregon. Oh, my Lord. Them boys nearly put up a 60 ball. A 60 ball on them boys. Lord have mercy, boy. Hey, Indiana ain't no joke, bro. 15-0. Oof. Man, that is a problem. That damn defense, good luck. Hey, look, they deserve to be here, man. Shout out to Kirk Signetti. Doing a phenomenal job with their team, phenomenal job with the program. Yo, they put it on Oregon. I thought this game was going to be closer, but I told y'all yesterday, or when I did my videos, I said the Miami Ole Miss game going to be better than the Oregon Indiana. And some people was like, oh, Oregon going to win. I knew this was Indiana's game to lose, bro. They too loaded, too deep, too good. Oregon was down in this game, y'all, 35-7. Look, when you play in Indiana, you can't turn over the football, bro. You just can't do it, bro. They had 3 turnovers, bro. Their quarterback had a pick. Dante Moore pretty much struggled the entire night. He also had a fumble. 3 total turnovers, man. You going to go up and try to beat Indiana? You can't do it like that. You just can't. And I don't know what it is. I love me some Dan Lanning. And I've been on the record, and I 100% still agree. I think he's going to bring a title to Oregon and Eugene. But simply, bro, in the big games, they don't look prepared. Like, they did what they did against Texas Tech, but I'm talking about, like, the big games. I'm talking about the Big Ten matchups. You know, last year, Ohio State in the playoff, Pasadena, Rose Bowl. This year, Atlanta, Chick-fil-A Bowl. They just look ill-prepared. They didn't look like the same football team. I don't know what that is or why that's the case, but they got to play better in some of these bigger spotlights, man. Too talented of a team, getting 4 and 5 stars. Whittington, Davis, like, they shouldn't look like how they did today. They looked awful. Now, give credit what credit is due, man. Fernando Mendoza is him. Hey, I call him, y'all gonna laugh at me in the comments, I call him Baby Peyton because he was out there balling. And the only reason I call him that is because this is from the cerebral part of it. I ain't saying he is Peyton Manning, but how he approaches the game, his mindset, and he's extremely accurate, bro. You know, 5 touchdowns today, only 3 incompletions. More touchdowns than incompletions today. Balled out, did everything the team need. I know everybody's gonna say, oh, Najee only had 177. He didn't have to do too much. His defense handled business. Gave him short fields. They ran the ball pretty well. Roman Hemby, they did what they were supposed to do. This guy, whatever you need, they going to deliver. And he did that again in this game in the Chick-fil-A Bowl. Shout out to Elijah Surratt, went off for 2 tubs in this one. Absolutely balled out. And I already talked about Hemby. Hemby did what he was supposed to do. Keelan Black stepped up with 2 touchdowns in this game. Just they didn't have an answer. And that's a really good secondary for Oregon. Brandon Finney Jr. is pretty good, but they didn't have the answers tonight. But a part of it was obviously their offense, man. You just can't have plays like that. But a really good Indiana team. Oregon, you're back to the drawing board. And it's crazy because you actually outgained Indiana in this game, but it didn't mean nothing because you were down by so much for such a long time. But you couldn't stop the run. The run killed you in this game. And you had guys like Tua Toy. You had guys like Ugale who played really well against Texas Tech. And when it came to stopping the run, just couldn't get it done. So, yeah, man, Oregon has to start games better, like especially in these big spotlights, man. Got to start games better, got to play better. Cannot fall into holes and deficits like that, 28-7, 35-7. You just can't do it. You're not going to come back and win, man. So, highly disappointed in Dan Lanning, highly disappointed in the Ducks. I thought they was going to give more of a fight in this one, and they simply did not. So now if you're Dan Lanning, back to the drawing board. What happens next with Dante Moore? Does he enter the NFL draft? I think he needs more development, in my humble opinion. I know Mel Kiper Jr. has him as a number 2 overall quarterback. If I'm him, I'm going back to Oregon to get some development. And I'm trying to get my revenge. I'm trying to get my revenge, bro. Bottom line. Indiana, for my Hurricanes, boy, hey, all I'm going to say, Kirk said that he ain't playing. Only good thing is, Cristobal, all of them, they coach under that same coaching tree under Coach Saban. So both going to be equally prepared. We got our work cut out. Charlie Becker, Elijah Surratt, Omar Cooper Jr., Roman Hemby, Keelan Black, Baby Peyton. We got our work cut out. We're going to have to handle business and get pressure. That's the only way we stand a chance in this game. And we cannot turn over the football. And we're going to have to value every single possession when we play Indiana. Because if we don't, it could be a long damn national championship. But I'm excited. Miami, Indiana, Big Ten versus ACC. Let's go. That's going to be a hell of a game. Can't wait for it. Indiana rolls against Oregon. Really good football team. And they deserve to be in the spotlight in this moment.